Hey, it's Ed from Village Connection Radio. I'm at the 2016 WinterCon, and I got Todd Emko for author of Piggy's Tales, all right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me more about Piggy's Tale.
Okay, so Piggy's Tale is the story of this three-legged dog here under the table. His name is Piggy, and we found him in the Dominican Republic in 2009 when we were going there volunteering with a few veterinarians for a high-volume campaign, and he was the worst case brought into our clinic that week. He got hit by a bus not the day before or the week before, but a month before we got there, so he was almost dead by that point. In fact, we named him Piggy because by that point he was so sick he had no hair, so he looked like a piglet. Yeah, that's where that came from.
So tell me about his story, you're an artist or?
Also, I'm the writer. Yeah. And so Piggy is the star of it, and the story follows his rescue story from being a three-legged, homeless dog in South America to becoming a New York City superhero. And so the story is about how, he uses his empathy from the fact that he suffered so much as a puppy that now he can detect when others are suffering, so he knows where to go to look for people to save and everything. And saying that, empathy is a real-life superhero.
How long did it take you to write this?
So we did this in 2014. We started off not as comic books, but as a series of humane education, helpful little pamphlets and things for kids with drawings. And then we did a Kickstarter in 2014 to turn this into a full-blown comic book. And a good friend of mine, Ethan Young, who we met years ago because we were both, really into animals, and he was cleaning cases at the Humane Society for a living, and we were just talking about how many cats we had, became a famous artist for Dark Horse Comics, and he actually became, the character designer and animation domination at Fox, and he actually started making graphic novels for Dark Horse. We kept in touch, and we said, hey, do you want to make a book about Piggy's story? And he said, sure, let's do it. So he actually put aside his work for Dark Horse and everything to make these books with us, and he's made books that are they're getting amazing reception, both critically and from fans. We got fan letters from kids that are 6 years old. We got fan letters from people who are 91 years old that say
this is worldwide.
Oh yeah, so this is the first series. We just finished the first 4-issue miniseries, and therefore we just compiled it all into a graphic novel that we just released.
Okay.
It premiered in October at New York Comic Con, and so we have it now, a whole bunch, and it's the full story, the full first story about his whole rescue story.
Who publishes that?
Huh?
Who publishes?
Oh, so we're self-published. We're under the name Bohemian Press. So if you want to look for it, we're actually at piggytail.com, the website. That's where you can find us, and that's where you can find the actual the comic, because it's selling out of comic stores.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
What's your Facebook page?
Okay, well, our Facebook page is Piggy's Tale, and if you go to piggytail.com, there are links there to all our social media.
If I wanted to email you about Piggy's Tale, what is your email?
My email is Todd, T-O-D, at darwinanimaldoctors.org, because that is the charity that all of this goes to. So 100% of all the proceeds from the comics and all the merchandise from Piggy's Tale goes to the free animal hospitals that we set up and the humane education program.
So I could find this in any comic book store?
Yeah, well, it's starting to sell out of comic stores. We're getting a lot of...
Do you deliver?
Yeah, so if you go to...
So if I email you and I said I want a shipment of Piggy's Tale, you would deliver it?
Definitely.
Okay. And where are you located?
So we're actually right here in New York. So we live in Manhattan, and we do events all over New York, and we actually visit schools and hospitals for special needs kids all over New York.
And what is your next event after this?
Our next event after this, our next confirmed one is C2E2. That's our next big one. But we're considering the local New York ones, because we know that Big Apple Con and other ones are around here. So if there's a New York one that you want to see them at, let us know, and we'll be there.
Okay. Tell me one more time your email address.
Email address is Todd, T-O-D, at darwinanimaldoctors.org.
The website, one more time.
The website here is piggytail.com. Piggytale.com.
Okay, well, it's great to meet you. I got Piggy's Tale at the 2016 WinterCon.